congratulations.
Thank
You
you.
know, you were denied. You filed your reconsideration. You denied. You appealed. It's reversed. In some of the articles, it says you quoted as saying that it's been a long struggle, and I'm sure it has because you're going up against Apple. But have it sunk in yet that this is going to be here for a long time? This is law. Has it soaking in yet?
Well, Kiko, what I'm hoping is that this case can be used to help train a new crop of lawyers, that people, law professors will refer to it to help teach their students about some of these important issues in trademark litigation and litigation in general.
Do you think it was? Do you think they got a little bit of leeway because they were Apple? Because according to the court decision, the board only made the decision on two parts. They didn't and they gave Apple the leeway to just make it so broad on the 15 things that they wanted to trademark.
I can answer your question. I'm going to refer to file documents in
Uh
the
huh.
appellate case. In the appellate case, I filed a motion asking to supplement the record. After we got a favorable pre-trial ruling in the trademark court, two of the three judges on the panel were switched, and I found documents showing that one of the two new judges had close. I describe them as close professional and business ties with two of the Apple lawyers. Specifically, this judge had, and this is from the filed documents.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
I stated that this judge, whose name is Jonathan Hudis, had authored a book about trademark law, and that one of the Apple lawyers had been a co-author of that book. I suggested to the appellate court that this presented the appearance of bias, and that it should not that the USPTO should not have switched the judges and put on a judge that, in my opinion, shouldn't have been deciding this case.
How did you become aware that Apple was making a play to register Apple Music and take priority over that? How did you get notice of this?
When a person files an application to register a trademark, it goes through a review process, and then it's public notice is given. It's they call it publish for opposition, and it's put on a log that comes out every day. You can see on the internet, and if companies routinely review these to see if there's a trademark that may be registered soon that could cause a conflict with a trademark they have, and then they can file this legal action called an opposition. And I just happened to look at it one day, and I saw Apple Music was published for opposition, and I began thinking about the potential problems.
Okay, so you were already aware that your brother had this trademark, but you
Well,
weren't.
I didn't know he had a New York State trademark. He put the R in a circle around the name of his trademark, Apple
Right.
Jazz, and I just assumed he had a trademark registered with the USPTO. I never really thought anything about it. So when I saw that Apple Music was about to register this trademark, and it was similar to Apple Jazz, and I know that Apple's very aggressive with its trademark operations. I called my brother and I said, I thought you told me you have a trademark. And he said, I do. And I said, well, I just looked it up, and you've got nothing. There's nothing registered in the USPTO. And
Right. Right.
he got mad at me. He said, I do have a trademark. Of course, he's very good with his paperwork.
Right.
And I said, well, send it to me. And then he sent it to me, and I understood the problem right away.
Right.
during the litigation to cancel Apple Music, they
Uh huh.
raised as a defense
Uh huh.
several Apple trademarks. And I researched one of them, and it didn't appear that they'd ever actually used it. And you can't keep a trademark if you don't use it.
Oh my God.
So I filed a second action to cancel that trademark in 2018. We completed the trial in February of 2021. Now, it normally takes the USPTO's trademark court approximately 12 weeks after a trial to make a decision. It's been 2 years and they refuse to decide this case.
Do you think you're going to take up more trademark cases? How do you pick your cases? Tell me about
Well,
that.
well, I, I, I've only done three. I did one to represent our market, that
Right.
the homesteading case, and then I did two for my brother. That's it. I'm at the top level, but I've only done three cases.